Tapi all you can eat aquarium.
Barang
It's like up in the north, yes. It's like higher than the sky. Well, welcome to God's country. Good to have you here.
All right, thank you.
Are you taking a picture of me?
Thank you.
Remember it when you want to put it on Facebook.
Oh yes.
We had a good time on North Quest.
Come sit here.
Today. You know what? I was telling everybody that Michelle is driving the other bus. It's Brad. I call him Master B. Trying to be hip with the underground. Master B, the rapper. So it's myself and Norm, and then Brad's the other guy today, not Michelle. So don't get them mixed up with a lady, okay? Victoria itself became a city August 2nd, 1862. We are the oldest city on the west coast of Canada. We became the capital of British Columbia in 1871. That was the same year British Columbia became the 6th province to join Canada. We have the 10 provinces and the 3 territories up north. We are 16 years older than Vancouver, the largest city in British Columbia. Vancouver became a city in 1878. A couple of buildings around here before we leave. The Empress Hotel on the right, the steamship ticket office on the left. When I get back here from doing this, oh, speaking of the horn, can you hear the horn? Do you know what that horn is? That is off the Port Angeles Ferry. If you take a look to the left, the Port Angeles Ferry has been sailing between Port Angeles, Washington State, and Victoria since December 29, 1959. One kind of a ship, Washington State's ferry line. It holds about 110 cars and 1,000 passengers. It should be, there it is, just coming around the corner on the left, way over there. Beautiful, beautiful ship. If you ever want to see a beautiful coastal seaside town, get on that ship, go to Port Angeles. You'll be there in an hour and a half. Right at the start of the Highway 101 on the west coast at the peninsula, right? Everybody knows the famous 101 highway, right? Down the west side of the United States. Check out that ferry if you come back to Victoria. You won't be disappointed. Port Angeles is a beautiful, like I said, 1890 town. A lot of cool shops over there, a couple of eateries. The Red Line Inn is about a 5-minute walk, or 5-minute car ride off the ferry, maybe a 10-minute walk, maybe stay overnight at the Red Line. Okay, back to these 3 buildings around here. Now that ship is going to stop at the steamship ticket office. It opened up in 1924, designed by Francis Ratsbury, the great English designer, of course designing the legislative buildings and the Empress. It's got a great restaurant in there called the Steamship Bar and Grill. That is where our wax museum used to be from 1961 to 2010. Behind it is the legislative buildings. The legislative buildings took 4 years to build from 1893. They opened up in 1898. The person you see standing on the rotunda, I'll be coming back this way. I have a little lady on board my bus getting a lot of really nice pictures. The guy on the roof up there on the rotunda is Captain George Vancouver with a flagstaff. He's overlooking the inner harbor. He's standing on a green copper dome. There's 33 green domes on that building. They all represent larger stones that were in Queen Victoria's crown. She had 11 sapphires, 16 emeralds, and 6 rubies that made up the larger stones out of the millions she had in there. Below there is the main stone staircase. When you look to the left, you'll see a brown wooden door that says main entrance. You can actually go inside that door, do free tours or a free guided tour through the legislative buildings. You can actually sit in the gallery and see what's going on in there. I don't know what goes on in there. There's something going on. Anyways, if you want a great shot of the rotunda from underneath, go to the second floor inside. Beautiful. The Empress Hotel opened up in 1908. This is the longest running hotel in Victoria. It started being built in 1904. It was opened for the Empress of India. The Empress of India passed away 1901, 3 years before they started building this. The Empress of India and Queen Victoria were one and the same lady. The Empress Hotel was built under the guise and header of the Canadian Pacific Railway. There were 12 hotels across Canada under Canadian Pacific, 7 under Canadian National, and 5 under Grand Trunk Railway. The weather today, it is 23 Celsius. Wow, that's a 76 Fahrenheit. Not bad for a May. Eh? All right. You guys paid big money to be on this bus, so I'm going to give you a big money excursion. How about that? Or I'll try to. How about that? All right. Once again, if you get Brad's bus, okay? His is the type of bus, he has a full roof on it, so you won't get that little sunburned, wind-burned look that you're going to get off my bus later on. You know, it's funny, a lot of people think, well, it's kind of cool outside, right? You get home, you look at your forehead tomorrow morning, or your cheeks, you might have a little bit of a red glow going on. Alright, let's get you off and running and show you my Victoria. Do you know why I call it my Victoria? I was born here August 1st, 1957. That's why. There's a ship right behind the Coho. I'll tell you about the Clipper in a little while. If you take a look to the left, check out all the little yellow and green harbor ferries out there. Right over here to the left, just go below the stone staircase to the waterway. There's a little kiosk that'll sell you tickets for the little green or yellow harbor ferries. One of the best stops off those 14 stops, Fisherman's Wharf. Best whatever. They also do a 45-minute harbor tour for you also. On the left, you're going to see Harbour Air and Canmore Air. Harbour Air flies in from downtown Vancouver at Canada Place, where the cruise ships come in. These are Otter and Beaver aircraft, some of them de Havilland, some of them Cessna. Canmore Air, same thing, flies in full plane style from Seattle. This is the busiest water airport in all of North America. There'll be a plane landing and taking off every 20 minutes today in the harbor, like the one coming in. This building coming up on the left is the old Federal Building. The old Customs House was built in 1874. It opened up in 1875. I'm going to be taking you over the Johnson Street Bridge. It separates Victoria to Esquimalt. Esquimalt is one of our 13 municipalities founded in 1910. It's home to the Lekwungen and First Nations group, part of the Songhees and Esquimalt First Nations also. Here's an interesting fact. We have about 370,000 people that live in Victoria in 13 municipalities. If you're from the States, you guys have counties, parishes in Louisiana. About 870,000 people on the island. You would think with this many people living in Victoria, we'd have more than one Starbucks. That's it. One Starbucks in Victoria on every corner. So going down over the bridge, if you go 3 miles over the bridge or 4.8 kilometers, you come to CFB Esquimalt, home to the naval fleet on the west coast of Canada. This bridge started off being built around 2018 around the original Johnson Street Bridge. The original blue steel girder bridge, I mentioned blue, was built in 1924 with a mere cost of about $924,000. This one started off around $65 million. Cost the city 3 years later about $116 million. Sounds about right. This bridge tonight will be lit up in beautiful blue lights in ode of the original Johnson Street Bridge. This side of the bridge, from this side of the bridge here, you can go underneath there, check out the gears working the bridge up and down. Make sure you're here at the most opportune time. When you hear the horn blast, make sure you go underneath the bridge and check it out, going up and down. The Canyon Hotel up ahead is one of the oldest hotels in Victoria. It's now derelict, and you got the condos out there on the left. The Canyon was built in 1891, used for a hotel for 2 years. Then it became the British Columbia Cold and Storage for the longest time, about 50 years. The city got a hold of it off the original owner. She passed away. She was in her 80s. Victoria is known for a couple of things. We're known as a city of newlyweds, nearly deads, and flower beds. We are the palm tree capital of Canada. We are the bicycle riding capital of Canada. If you go up north of us, the Campbell River, British Columbia, we're known as the fishing capital of Canada. Our provincial bird is the stellar blue jay. Our provincial tree is the red cedar. And our provincial hold about 2,100 people and 358 cars. The ferry started back in 1960 with only 2. Now we got 39. From Schwartz Bay, just outside Victoria, just past the airport. From here off the island to Swanson on the other side, just south of Richmond and Vancouver. So, yeah, the 2 ferries way back when, now 39. Speaking of cruise ships, we have about 330 cruise ships coming into Victoria's Ogden Point. Last year, about 330. I should mention something about it. Oh yeah, last year we had about 780,000 people come here. This year, about 830,000. Maybe next year, 1 million. The largest ships we get here, as a matter of fact, let me warn you ahead of time, if you're with us tomorrow, one of the 3 largest ships we get here is the Ovation of the Seas. Its sister city, the Quantum, is part of the Royal Caribbean package. Those 2 ships hold 4,180 people. So does the NCL Bliss, Norwegian Cruise Line. Tomorrow, the Ovation of the Seas is coming here at 8 a.m. in the morning. So, if you want to rub elbows with a whole bunch of people, if you don't want to do that, get on the first bus tomorrow morning at 9:30 if you get out there.
स्टॉप पे काटते अच्छा ना I reject that.
Alright, where was I? Oh yeah, here I was. Remember kids, when we're riding by the trees, don't grab the tree branches, okay? I've got meters. I don't want you guys using your arms and the tree branches, so do me a favor, keep the trees where they are and let them sit nicely, okay? I want you guys to be safe. I got my eyes all over this place. Going up, he's looking at us. Straight into the bus, the cream-colored building was built in 1914. It's an old greenery. It's now Swan's Group on the boutique hotel. As a matter of fact, some of them are in their beautiful pastel colors. Some of them are still in their original red brick form. These mortar beam buildings. Halfway up the block on the left, you see the arching Market Square. Just here on the left, past the lights, is Market Square. A lot of one-of-a-kind shops for you, boutiques, hairdressing salons, eateries. Some above the ground here, some below the ground. Very eclectic shopping for you. So halfway up the block on the left, you'll see the beautiful archgate for Market Square. Excuse me. Growing up here in Victoria, I saw a lot of chocolate bars and candies come and go. There's a little lady on board my bus. I used to be your age. There's a shop right across from the archgate called Oh Sugar. Chocolate bars and candies I haven't seen since I was a kid. If you're hovering around this area later, or you get off at stop number 3, all you would have to do is walk right through, back through Market Square, and it's right there. You'll see it on the right side of the bus. Oh Sugar with the M&M peanuts inside. We have 2 old-style theaters in Victoria. One's called the McPherson Playhouse, one's called the Royal Theatre. The Royal was opened in 1913, designed by English architects. While the McPherson Playhouse was designed by a great Greek American mastermind into vaudeville and burlesque. His name was Alexander Pantages. You ever heard of Pantages Theaters? Well, a whole bunch built in Canada, some built in the western U.S. Anyways, the McPherson was built here in 1914, designed by Alexander. The first Pantages Theater ever built, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, 1914, however McPherson Theater. The last Pantages Theater ever built stands at the corner of Hollywood and Vine in Los Angeles. It actually says Pantages on the marquee top to bottom. The Royal and McPherson offer very nice high architectural design ceilings. They've got side boxes so you can watch the stage. They've got rounded balconies. The McPherson holds about 1,440 people, the Royal 770. We are heading from black lampposts to red lampposts because we're heading into the second oldest Chinatown in North America, second to that of San Francisco, and the oldest one in Canadaville. We have the Gates of Harmonious Interest I'm going to show you. These gates were donated and dedicated to Victoria from our sister city, Suzhou, China, back in 1981. At the both ends of the gates, you'll see a stone lion, yin and yang. One's a female, one's a male. It says in Chinese proverbs, or Norm's lingo, If an honest politician were to walk between both stone lines, they'd wake up and roar. They haven't moved since, you got it, 1981. Coming up here on the left on the corner is where the first gates in our Chinatown used to be in 1927. Up ahead would be the gates of harmonious interest. On the right, our McPherson Playhouse, the Pantages Theater from 1914. This place over here on the left, Barsha, fantastic East cuisine, East Indian cuisine, great curry dishes in there, great restaurant here in our Chinatown. They've got lamb burgers, they've got great hamburgers. Imagine that, a hamburger at Barsha. How unique. That'd be the kind of thing I'd be after in there. I'm not really a curry dish kind of guy, but hamburgers, hey, I'm all for them. We have the most narrowest thoroughfare in North America. It's called Fantan Alley, named after the Chinese parlor game Fantan. It's about 5 feet wide or 2 meters wide at both ends. It was used also for the movie, if you remember, from 1990, called Bird on a Wire. Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn. He took his motorcycle down that thoroughfare near the end of the movie while they were getting chased by the police. I'll show you the alley. I'll slow down for you, don't worry. On the left, the gates of harmonious interest since 1981. I hope my little lady friend up there is getting a really nice shot of that. Look how slow I'm going just for you. Look at that. Get a real nice picture, okay? I'll be going around the corner and coming back underneath the gates in a few minutes. We have 3 nice restaurants in our Chinatown if you like Chinese food. They've got Don B's. Don B's has been there 101 years, serving up great dim sum between 11:30 and 2:30 in the afternoon. They've got the Ocean Garden Restaurant and also Fantan Cafe at the opening of Fantan Alley. Now, we have something that San Francisco's Chinatown doesn't have, so there. It's called the Loy Sing Meat Company. The Loy Sing Meat Company is the oldest Chinese business in North America. It's 131 years old this year. I'll slow down and show you that. Now, the only way you're going to get a good way to see this alleyway, guess what you have to do? You have to hop off my bus at stop number 3, peruse around Chinatown for an hour, and get back on Brad's bus, right? That's what you gotta do. If anybody is with us tomorrow, I'm going to give you a heads up. We also have the Butcher Gardens shuttle bus that goes from the Empress to Butcher Gardens. Guess who's driving? Yeah, you got him. Oh, no, not you. What? You today? You Butchers? You think this narration is bad? Wait till you hear my Butchers. Alright, let's get down Chinatown. Let's check this out for you. So coming up on the left side of the bus, past the red brick building, you'll see Don Mia's, the great dim sum restaurant. Been here 101 years. Just above the umbrellas there. Or sorry, the umbrellas. What are these things called? Oh yeah, umbrellas. Coming up on the right will be the Fantan Cafe, and that's the most narrowest thoroughfare in all of North America, Fantan Alley. Get ready for it. Wait for this car, and we'll make my move. Take a look on the right side of the bus. Right down that alleyway. Don't blink or you'll miss it. There it is. Then these guys take a picture of the bus, wave at them. On the left, behind the bonsai tree right there, the 131-year-old Loy Sing Meat Company, oldest Chinese business in North America. On the left, Ocean Garden Restaurant. On the right, Long Lee's Grocery Store. Been here 100 years. Oh yeah, at the gates. Oh, my little friend up there is getting a great shot of those lions. Up ahead is the Chinese public school. The school opened up in 1909. They used to teach English to the Chinese kids. Now they teach Cantonese and Mandarin to whoever want to learn. Coming up on the left, the Chinese public school. Keep your eyes open. The 13th annual Olympics. Down the ball, 1909. Growing up here in Victoria, I seem to refer to the little lady that's on board. My mom, my brother, and I used to go to all the big department stores. There was Eaton's, Woolworths, Prestige became Metropolitan Labour, Kmart later on. If you take a look to the left, that cream-colored building with the Georgian columns, that's our old Hudson's Bay Company. Ever heard of it? Huge department store, 5 floors of shopping. 4 floors above the ground, 1 below the ground. Designed by who? You know, Francis Rattenberry, right? Here's something really interesting. While we're driving around, before we go into that, look on the right. There's our City Hall. It's the oldest civic structure in Western Canada, opened in 1868. So up ahead, you're going to see a couple of transit buses, okay? They're coming up here on the left. We have the double-decker transit buses in Victoria. They're known as BC Transit, British Columbia Transit. There's something really interesting. Did you know? Not even in New Jersey do they have this. We had the first double-decker transit bus implemented in all of North America. Victoria, British Columbia, 2001. So the next time you see a double-decker transit bus somewhere, North America, remember what Ron told me. The guy got off my bus yesterday, he says, excuse me, England, and we had double-decker buses way before you did. And I said, I mentioned North America. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I said North America. Come on. Get with the program. That's my best imitation of I'm tired. What can I say? I love you guys. You know what? Out of all the people I've ever had the privilege of having on my bus tours, I just got to tell you, from the bottom of my heart, that you guys are the most recent. You guys ready to do some shopping in Chinatown? Let's get down to the old town, Chinatown stop, coming up. If I let you off here, all you have to do is get off the bus, walk behind the bus, and then you'll see the Fantan Alley. On the left will be Market Square, all those shops. If you walk through Market Square, you'll be 1 block over on the left. That's where my beautiful old sugar store is. Okay, this stop right here, Old Town, Chinatown. On the right, there's the Fantan Alley. Take that alleyway right back into Chinatown. Here we go for it. Old Town, Chinatown. Stop 3 right here. And don't forget, there's still a couple more buses today. This is your chance to get off and try something while you're here. That's why we call it hop on, hop off. We don't say hop on, stay on. Or else you want to go around with me the whole hour and a half, I'm here for you. Coming up around the corner is stop number 4, Bastion Square and Warfield Yates. This is where the gun bastions used to sit to protect Fort Victoria. One of the gun bastions has been moved up the island to Nanaimo, which is north of us up the island. You'll find a place up there with the bastion. Fort Victoria was up ahead. I'll let you know where the fort sat. All all those years ago. I don't know, sometimes driving this bus is definitely not like driving a smart car, you know what I mean? Alright. Okay, let's get to this spot. While we're driving down here, I'll show you a couple of nice restaurants. I'll show you how large Fort Victoria was. This stop right here, Old Town, and Bastion Square and Warpa Gates. I got some peeps to pick up. The lights and 2 blocks to the left. That's a large Fort Victorian compass. The beautiful local restaurant is coming up on the left. The local, and on the other side of Ashton Square is a place called Darcy's Pub. At the far end on the left, just before the lights, the excellent Keg Steakhouse. Through the lights, at the end of the next block, you'll find Montreal Place Steak and Seafood. You guys will know this beautiful restaurant. Dishes. Look at all those people enjoying food at the local. How come you guys aren't sitting there? Oh yeah, you're on my bus. If you look down on the wall down there, right beside that red roof building, that's a laundromat. Just to look to the left of that, you see umbrellas. There's people down there right now enjoying fish and chips, cod dogs, fish poutine, fish tacos. All about Boston clam chowder down there. Red fish, blue fish, right out of Dr. Seuss. Let the old federal building be your guide, right below it. Right? As soon as you see that building, time to go down the ramp. On the other side of the building, you would find a place called the Flying Otter Restaurant. The Flying Otter, right behind Harbor area there, they serve great steaks, seafood, hamburgers, that kind of thing. Once I make my second right, on the left side of the bus will be the legislative lawns. On the lawns, you will see fallen soldiers memorial to the First and Second World Wars. You'll see Victoria in the middle with the mountain behind her. Right beside her, a couple of beautiful sequoia trees. Right beside the sequoia trees, you'll see a pyramid. Sir James Douglas. It's in the shape of a pyramid because we received it from Egypt. Rounding off the legislative launch, you see the beautiful totem pole just placed up there last year in February. If you look on the inner harbor here while I go around the corner, there's a sign in flowers. It says, "Welcome to Victoria," on the wall on the right, further down. That wall of flowers, they started planting that back in 1954. Check it out, and you can see it. It's not really colorful yet. It's getting there. Welcome to Victoria, in the wall, on the grass. Right at the end of the corner where the totem pole is, you'll find the carriage tours until you go. Those horse-drawn carriage tours for you. Oh, there's Bradley with all his happy customers. Look at that, they're all white-knuckling it. Help me! There's Bradley. Let's say hi to Brad. Hi, Brad. Hi, Brad. Okay, let's get you around the corner. Stop number 5. You guys got your Instamatics all shined up, all your little cameras. I always say don't walk around the bus while I'm driving, but in this instance, I'll make one exception. Alright, let's do this. Get around the corner and stop by. You'll get a nice picture of this beautiful ship from 1959. Maybe you come visit us next time and go to Port Angeles, an hour and a half from here. The clipper behind it is a jet-powered catamaran with the Union Jack flag on it. It's been sailing between Victoria and Seattle since 1986. It's the FRS Clipper, jet-powered, 2 hours and 50 minutes to get to Seattle from here. Okay, here comes the stop for the Coho and Winter Ferry Terminal Square. If you want to do high tea in Victoria, I would suggest 3 places. Empress Hotel is one of them. Woodchart Gardens is the other one. Always phone the gardens ahead of time. So here's the stop for the 2 ferries. The other place I'm going to mention is up the street here. It's called the Pendray Restaurant. The Pendrays owned the Lever Soap Company factory in this area back in the day, the 1880s. All these condos straight ahead, all these hotels weren't here until about the early 1970s. You're getting a nice shot of the ship there. Hope you are. I'm going to be looking at your pictures later. 1959. All right. So the Pendray Restaurant is coming up. The Pendrays built and opened this house in 1890. Check it out in the next block while I'm going around the corner. Beautiful. Next stop is the Blue Crab Bar and Grill at the Coast Hotel. They've got great seafood dinners here, starting about $39. After that will be Fisherman's Wharf. Anybody hungry? Well, Bar's Fish and Chips has been on the wharf since 1984, serving up 1-piece or 2-piece cod and salmon dinners, deep fried and battered. They've got great salmon burgers, they've got hamburgers, they've got great French fries, almond French fries, with malt vinegar and salt. And everyone's mouth is now dripping. They got oyster and prawn plates there. They've got the Mexican seafood store down there. They've got the Pirate Company pizza shop. They've got waffle cones. They've got mini donuts at the wharf. Kayak rentals. They have the whale watching tours, and of course, all the beautiful liveaboard homes to take a look at. This stop right here, this is the Blue Crab Bar and Grill Coast Hotel. Fisherman's Wharf next after this. The Fisherman's Wharf stop, it says Finest at Sea on the schedule. Finest at Sea is a great standalone fish and chip shop. It'll be on the left side. Great shop all by itself. On the right, over the grass or the path up ahead in front of the bus, you can take down into Fisherman's Wharf. Take a look to the right. There is the liveaboard homes down there at Fisherman's Wharf. So if you did Fisherman's Wharf, get ready for it. It's just around the corner. This driveway right here, if you bring your car back to Victoria, drive right down there, plug the meter, Bob's your right there at Fisherman's, just go down the ramp. So once again, Fisherman's Wharf will be on the right over the grass or the little path just up ahead on the right. I like to be dangerous. I take the grass. Yeah. Dangerous. It's a lot faster. This stop, Fisherman's Wharf, great, Finest at Sea across the street all by itself, the rest on the right on the wharf. Fisherman's Wharf, this stop.
Every man ever.
okay, but some people, they don't understand how warm it gets up there. You don't know about it till tomorrow. All right, how about this? The next stop is the cruise ship terminal, Ogden Point, and the breakwater. The breakwater was built in 1917 with the use of about 10,000 two-ton granite bricks. It protects the harbor as well as all of the beautiful cruise ships. Take a look at our Coast Guard office on the west coast. Here's their office. There's a ship. One of their ships is called the Atlantic Eve. An Atlantic ship on the Pacific Ocean. Interesting. Up ahead, Elgin, if you want to fly in from downtown Vancouver at Canada Place, at their cruise ship terminal, and then land here at our cruise ship terminal. They have a nice shuttle van to take you to Victoria from the Helipad. On the right, you see the Olympic Mountains. The highest peak is Mount Olympus at about 7,900 feet or 2,400 meters. Hurricane Ridge is over there. Remember that ship I just showed you? It goes right over there, 18 miles. Can you do it? Hour and a half. Port Angeles. Hurricane Ridge is over there. Hurricane Ridge, a great place to go camping and hiking. Wow, the guy in front of me in the camper is doing his own tour. Ladies and gentlemen, on the left there's this, on the right there's that. This guy's actually driving slower than I do. Must be doing his own tour. Okay, once I get here, we'll be to stop for Ogden Point, the breakwater, and the cruise ship terminal. Okay? Man, I've never seen anybody drive this slow along here, except me. Okay, here is the stop. So this is where the ovation is going to come in tomorrow morning with the 4,100 people on board. If you're with us tomorrow, get on something early. Look at all the buses down there for tomorrow. That's the stop. Next stop, Beacon Hill Park. You know what? There is a little lady on board my bus that would just love Beacon Hill Park. But no, don't let me try to talk you out of it. Look at the Olympic Mountains in Washington State. Isn't that beautiful? 18 miles, 28 kilometers. Beacon Hill Park is up next. Guess what? The petting zoo is at Beacon Hill Park. They got pot-bellied pigs in there, pygmy goats. There used to be miniature horse. Her name was Peanut Butter. Peanut Butter passed away last year. She was 31. Right here, we have a mile zero sign. I can't go there tomorrow. With that butcher I'm doing the butcher garden shovel tomorrow. If you're with us. So, I guess we won't be going to the Beacon Drive-In tomorrow morning. The Beacon Drive-In opened up in 1958. Great breakfast, lunch, and dinner right outside the park. For breakfast, first thing in the morning, you got bacon, ham, sausage, a couple of eggs of your choice, maybe pancakes, hash browns, toast, mix and match. You need 2 plates Here comes the mile zero sign, the start of the Trans-Canada Highway. Right behind it, the Terry Fox Memorial. There it is. Beacon Hill Park, coming up. Now, when we get to Beacon Hill, I haven't done this in 13 years, but when we get to Beacon Hill Park, for my little lady friend upstairs, make sure you're on the right side of the bus. Not yet. Wait till I stop, and you can cruise over there. I'll show you something pretty cool.
Say it.
The combos at Beacon Hill, the 4, 5, and 6 are just butt witches, okay? I'll tell you about the lunch and dinner menu in a few seconds, and all the ice cream. Did I mention ice cream? Ice cream. 1958 Beacon Drive-In, 15-minute walk from the Empress, 5-minute car ride. You can park your car around Beacon Hill Park for 3.5 hours for free. We have large trees in Beacon Hill Park. What do you need to water those trees? Take a look on the left. That is the largest watering can I have ever seen. Look at that thing. You know what that is? It's a beautiful water park for kids of all ages to douse themselves down on a warm June, July, or August afternoon. Or even maybe a May afternoon. Wow. Well, it's gone from 23 degrees downtown to 19 right beside the water. How novel. Okay, coming up on the right will be the stop for Beacon Hill Park. This is the Beacon Hill Petting Zoo coming up. Once again, the entrance is not the stop for the park, okay? The stop for the park is up ahead. So don't stand at the entrance and watch the bus run by. And then I drive all the way down here, and you're racing down there with your little boys. Well, I'll be right down here. This is where you would be. Right on the go floor. This stop, Beacon Hill Park. Brad will be around in 1 hour to scoop you up if you get off. Beacon Hill Park. Standing totem pole at about 1 o'clock. It stands up at about 127 feet 7 inches, or 39 meters. It was carved out of one cedar log by Chief Mungo Martin with the help of one of his sons and a friend of the family back in 1956. So for all intents and purposes, world's tallest freestanding, or the 4th tallest in the world. Okay, more about the Beacon Drive-In before I show you that beautiful totem pole. Lunch, dinner, grilled cheese sandwiches, clubhouse sandwiches, fish and chips, chicken strips. How about poutine? How about hot dogs? How about hamburgers? How about oyster and prawn plates? Lots of goodies there. Did I mention ice cream cones? They got 8 different flavored soft ice cream cones on tap. You know what my favorite ice cream cone is? A vanilla cone dipped in warm chocolate. What's yours? You'll never know unless you do the Beacon Drive-In since 1958. On the left, the world's tallest freestanding totem pole. Now I hope my little friend got over to the right. I'll show you something really cool. Get your phone already. Before I get there, let's talk about this. This is an oval I'm driving on right now. You kind of notice that? I'm driving on a huge oval. Do you know what this was from the 1840s to the 1890s? This was a horse racetrack. Horse racetrack. 1 mile all the way around here that I've been traveling. He was a horticulturist, a greenscapist, and his entourage did all The band shell came a little bit later on. The band shell offers free concerts in the summertime. Really nice. Sit back, enjoy a what? Ice cream cone, bacon driving, and then check out the band shell. Anyways, John and his crew created the largest man-made lake in Beacon Hill Park. It's called Wintertime Lake. In the lake, there's a beautiful bridge built in John Blair's memory, but I don't think a friend up there has her camera all ready to go. In the lake, in the water, you can see turtles, all kinds of turtles. You're only a 10-minute walk from the Empress. Could you handle 10 minutes to walk back this way? You want some really good pictures? Alright, let me slow down here for you. I can't stop, but I'll slow down for you. Make it nice and easy. Take a look to the right. There's Goodacre Lake. And in the distance, the beautiful bridge. But right here in the water, in the foreground, look at all my turtle friends on the log. Hope you get a nice picture. I'm not going coming back around again.
Sorry.
Or you can get off and come back and check them out. Look at them all. There's about 20 of them on there. Wow. Oh yeah, let's not cross over the bridge. Alright. Now, my little lady friend is probably out of school right now. I won't tell anybody you're missing school. You're sneaking as good with me. The oldest school in Victoria is coming up on the left. The school opened up in 1895. The oldest school in Victoria. My American friends get a kick out of it because we had this way before you guys did. This is our South Park, 1895. Still being used for elementary school teaching to this day. Coming up on the left at the bottom of the hill is the oldest church in Victoria, Church of Our Lord. The church opened up in 1870. It took 4 years to build. It was used for the funeral of Sir James Douglas back in 1877. The church is of Episcopalian faith, and I can almost swear that it was built of 95% wood. See what you think when we get down there. 1870, it opened up. 1877, the funeral for Sir James Douglas. Across the street from that is a huge property. Wait till you see this. All this for one little log cabin back in 1856. Now, four nuns from Quebec moved to Victoria and started this much-needed schoolhouse for girls on this property on the right. Now, there's that white building there, and the one beside it, the pink building. This one here was built in 1941. It's been used by the office workers for the province of British Columbia. But like I said, let's not gloss over the size of this property. I'll tell you the rest of it in a few seconds. Take a look to the left, the oldest church in Victoria. What do you think? 95% wood? Maybe? Okay, the 1941 building is on the right, and right beside it, the pink building was built in 1929 on St. Anne's Academy property here. Coming up ahead, the Archgate for St. Anne's, leading right to that beautiful pink building. The nuns also had a hospital built in 1878, and the old facade is coming up on the left, the stone staircase and the pillars. Over here, back again to the right past the Archgate, is a beautiful, large apple orchard. So here's the 1878 facade, the stairs and the stone, the pillars. Guess who was born there August 1st, 1957? You can yell out my name. Go ahead. You think I'm local? Local enough, I guess. I'll tell you where the little log cabin schoolhouse has been moved near the end of the, the concert, the tour. Christ Church Cathedral coming up. The church, the first one was built in 1862. That one burned to the ground soon after. This next one was built in 1872, and the congregation outgrew it after about 50 years. The one you're going to see opened up in 1929, courtesy of a rock-laying ceremony by Sir Winston Churchill. This is the largest Anglican church in Victoria, one of the largest churches in Western Canada. Christchurch Cathedral coming up next. I am going to tell you a story about Craig Derrickennis Stop 11. Stop 11 is closed for the afternoon. It's open again tomorrow again at 10 a.m. Now, Craig Derrick in Gaelic is Rocky Oak Place. That's what it stands for. Robert and Joan Dunsmuir moved here from Scotland back in the 1880s. He used to work with Sir James Douglas. He broke away from his employ and started his own business, heavy into coal mining. Coal mining was a huge commodity way back when. He amassed all his wealth and status in coal. To exemplify all that wealth and status, he had a house built in his honor on the hill overlooking Victoria. Why would you build it here? Build it on the hill. How did you get that cone? Man, oh man, hey, don't fall off that truck, okay? Whoa. I just took off his t-shirt. Whoa. I am not Canada's worst driver. Sometimes I even amaze myself. Okay, let's get to the Christchurch Cathedral. Anyways, tragedy struck Robert. He passed away in 1889, 17 months before his house was finished. Never even got to see the finished product. Joan moved in with the kids in 1890. She passed away in 1914. I'll tell you the rest of the story in a second. This stop, Christchurch Cathedral. Once again, if you get off my bus at any stop, it's 1 hour between me and Brad, or Master B. I like to call him Master B. Coming up on the right, the oldest and smallest cemetery in Victoria. It's called Pioneer Square. A lot of the forefathers that built up Victoria are laid to rest in there. A lot of the headstones have been removed to give it more like a park-like atmosphere. The grave sites are still there. There is a guy buried there. His name is George Ross. Remember his name? He was very instrumental in building of Fort Victoria in 1842. He died in 1846. Keep your minds open about his story. His story involves the first female landowner of Victoria. Her name was Isabella. They were married to each other. Keep that in mind. Oh, and by the way, Isabella was a Métis woman, not even Caucasian. Keep that in mind. I'll tell you the story later. Back to Craig Derrick. So when Joan passed away, she wanted to leave the house to her daughters. Her daughters did not want the house, so they held an auction. A businessman won the auction. He moved into the house, lived in there for a while. Then he took out loans against the house he could never repay. The federal government swooped in, taped the house, took the house off him, gave it back to the city of Victoria. They turned it into a hospital for soldiers of the First World War. Then it became a girls' school. Then it became the music conservatory. But since 1969, it's been run as the Craig Derrick Historical Museum Society as a beautiful tourist destination. Now, this is what I tell people on the bus. When they're closed, they're closed to these institutions. I tell them to get off the bus, go up there, take pictures of the house and the gardens outside, and come back. Most people could care less. Some people actually do, which is cool. They catch the next bus. Okay? But when it's open and you get off my bus, I would suggest take 2 hours to, nothing like the last minute to get across the crosswalk. Take 2 hours to do this place, okay? Because it takes about 6 or 7 minutes to get up there. About 45 minutes to an hour to really leisurely walk through, get this, the four-story house. Did you think this house was a rancher? If you're rich, you're not going to build a rancher. 4 stories high, 87 stairs up, 87 stairs down. Half the bus goes, nope. But what is it? It's not a rancher. That's not including the steps to get up into the house. Whoa, they have a gift shop. That's why I say take 2 hours. Now, I am going to be about 1 minute behind when I get there. A whole minute. I'm going to get there at 4:28. Now, we were supposed to get here about 4:27. So, what I would say to people, let's say I got here at 1:27. You can come back on the 2:27 bus, but you're racing up there and racing back. Me, personally, I would take 2 hours to do it. Check your schedules. If you're with us tomorrow, get off here at a certain time, 27 minutes after the hour. Come back 2 hours later, right? Hey, if you come back early, you know what you can do? You walk around, you walk across the street to the Shell gas station, load up on pepperoni sticks, potato chips, chocolate bars, and pop and coffee. Why not? You guys are on holidays, right? You should do the coolest things ever. Load up on chocolate bars. All right, I'll get you up to the castle next. Like I said, it's not open. It closes at 4. It'll be open tomorrow at 10. All right? I'm just trying to keep you apprised of what's going on. Grades 8, 9, and 10 coming up on the left, central. There's some people leaving cars or cars. Alright. If you go down 2 blocks to the right, you'll find the Arts Gallery of Victoria. For all intents and purposes, Craigdarroch Castle stop is next. It'll be open again tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. I am a whole minute late. Now, yeah. A whole minute because of the light. The guy's checking his watch even. Hey, you're a minute late.
අර මැදින් පේන්නේ මේක. පේනවා. මැදින් පේන්නේ කාසල්. ඔය ලොකු ගහ තියෙනවනේ මෙතන මේ ඉස්සරහා ගහ තියෙන ඒ ගහයි හැපෙත් වෙනවා.
Is it cool back here? Is it cool? You're both wearing jackets.
You know what? I'm just going to put this out there. I got a fellow Muslim on board.
It's a little bit windy.
Muslim boy. So I don't know whether I ever told the story, but when I did my last route for 4.5 years, people could almost set their watches to the 1 to 3 minutes when I delivered mail and everything. Okay, for the people that didn't get off the bus, here's a real fast glimpse of Craigdarroch Castle. Take a look to the right, way up the hill. You'll see the pink turrets and chimneys that make up Craigdarroch, way up there on the hill. Now you know where it is. You can actually park your car there, okay? We can't go up there as buses. Something about low-lying branches and people getting their heads whacked off. That kind of thing. Okay, next stop, Oak Bay Village Memorial. If you're hungry, get off here. Maybe, I don't drink at all, but maybe enjoy a pint at the, it's called Penny Farthing Pub at Prospector Pub. Maybe have something fast at the Vis-a-Vis restaurant. How about Oaks. The Oaks restaurant. The Oaks is just a great English style restaurant, great food inside, English decor, nice huge restaurant, high ceilings. You got great food in there, just breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're looking for the other Rogers chocolates in Victoria, this is where you'll find it. If you're looking for a pharmacy or a postal outlet, shout out to Canada Post, you'll find it at this little township up ahead. You'll find a postal outlet and the pharmacy here, and then one at Cook Street Village. I'm going to tell you guys something that I just found out a couple of years ago. How long was I at the post office? 24 years, right? If you ever see our logo, okay, you'll see that the pharmacy, okay, it's got a round white circle with a emblem inside. You know what the emblem is? A flying letter. As Johnny Carson put it, I did not know that. Uh-oh. Guys, get your cameras out. I hear an ambulance coming. You want a picture of an ambulance? It's coming. I can hear it. Get ready. I think I'll wave right here. Just think about it. Which reminds me, aren't you glad you're on my bus instead of that? Yep. Did you get a nice shot of it? So that's Oakay Village. On the right will be Fairways Markets. Fairways, you got fruits, vegetables, water, juice, pop, that kind of thing. Who knows? You can get off my bus, have something to eat at any part of the pub, go through, the Fairway Markets, and come back up with a finger or a line. How about a kilometer? Wow. Like, people actually do get off there because I don't get this Fairway Market grocery bag. They take their vegetables and fruit back to their hotel room. Way cheaper here than 7-Eleven. Well, it's 7-Eleven. That's Fairways. They got Fairway Markets here in Oakay Village, Cook Street Village, the last village before the Empress. They have the Root Cellar, great place, which is just outside Victoria. They grew up here in Oak Bay. My wife's favorite hockey team, the Vegas Golden Knights. He is the goalie. He was born in Comox, up the island. Comox is home to the Air Force Base on the west coast. Okay, let's get you to this beautiful Oak Bay Marina, the deli, everything else that's going on here. Just out of Duncan, between Duncan and Nanaimo is a little place called Ladysmith. That's where Pamela Anderson Lee hails from. If we cross the pond over to Burnaby, British Columbia, just outside Vancouver, that's where Mr. Michael Bublé hails from. Let's not gloss over Norm the bus driver though. And I can't forget me. I'm a somebody, I was born here. I got some peeps picking up at the Oak Bay Marina. Let's stop, Oak Bay Marina. And the deli. Hope this girl got a lot of pictures. Here in this new hotel is the archway to the original snow club. They got a beautiful spa. You do that great day of hiking and walking around Victoria. Stay at the hotel here. Check out the spa, the mineral spa, facing Juan de Fuca Street. Here's the stop and the clock for the Oak Bay Beach Hotel. This stop. Alright kids, one more stop for you. I'll be there in about 15 minutes. The Cook Street Village. Funky, hip, cool, trendy. On the left. Hudson's Bay Farm. Animals, plants, vegetables. It wasn't, kind of great looking, but this is where all the animals hung out from the Hudson's Bay Farm. A lot of growing going on here. There was a guy named Captain Henry McNeil that dropped off wares to the Hudson's Bay Farm, and he drove a steamship paddle wheeler called the SS Beaver. Beautiful McNeil Bay is coming up. Moving on with the deer, here it comes.